Fred Richani here for the sportscourier.com at the Action Martial Arts Mega Weekend in Atlantic City, here with the legendary actor and martial artist Cary Tagawa. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Thank you. A little tired, but it was really satisfying to be here.
And Mr. Tagawa, what brings you here this weekend?
Well, my friend Alan Goldberg, who sponsors this program every year, really is one of those old school true martial artists who is always giving to a fault and always about supporting him and being part of it every year.
Excellent. And of course, this is a martial arts mega weekend. Briefly, how did martial arts come into your life? Because obviously that's something that's just defined you throughout your career.
Well, I didn't start my formal studying until 11, but I would say my martial arts training began when I was 6, when I moved from Tokyo to North Carolina and had to figure out, how am I going to survive this mess? I think we're the only Japanese family to be in the South in 1955, and my dad was in the U.S. Army from Hawaii. So it was all very new. It was kind of situation that martial artists find themselves in a spontaneous moment, not being prepared, and how to figure out something very quickly. And in terms of bullying and what I've signed on to be part of with you guys, I'm very, very, it's something that's very dear to my heart, in that I began my history in America having to deal with that energy. But I would just say to kids that are being bullied, there's something that we can do, and I would like to help teach some tools to do that. One of the biggest things is that anybody being bullied needs to find the strength within themselves. And it's a little bit hard when you don't have a lot of leadership or guidance, or parents don't have time. It's something that kids have to end up figuring out by themselves. And it's hard to do for anybody at any age to figure out something they know nothing about, except fear. And so fear is at the key of it. What I teach is how to deal with that fear and be more creative. Bullying is not very creative. It's about the lowest level of any kind of experience or interaction with somebody. It's very ignorant, in fact. And more than likely, kids that are bullying have been bullied themselves. So they're only kind of acting things out. It's not like they consciously think like, oh, I want to grow up to be a bully. They just naturally are. They don't understand it. I think it takes diffusing from both sides. But for those that are being bullied, understand that it's about the fear and there's something you can do about it, and I want to help be part of that.
And do you feel like it's become a bigger problem because of the fact that, now there are social networks such as Facebook, such as Twitter, where people can kind of say or do things they wouldn't normally do in real life to others?
It can be. It can be any number of reasons, and certainly video games and martial arts movies that I've been in can promote in a certain way, but it depends on the person who's watching as to what they receive from it. So in and of itself, video games, movies are tools, but you can change the energy of how you perceive that. That's the key here, is that we start to understand, however weak we think we are, there's some deep strength in being weak. Sounds ridiculously kind of grasshopper, chew on this fortune cookie, but it's not that. There's something a lot more fundamental, which I'm here to share.
Well, that's tremendous insight, sir. For your fans that are watching at home, any upcoming projects you have that they could check out?
Well, the Mortal Kombat webisode, and then Mortal Kombat feature we're going to start shooting in April, the third one, because the second one was so bad. They had to make up to a fans for it. And then I have 2 films, one called Little Boy, independent movie about a 70-year-old man. I gained almost 30 pounds for that. And a 70-year-old man and a 7-year-old boy, a coming-of-age story. Very good. Along the lines of Karate Kid, but not quite so martial arts oriented, but still a great relationship between a young boy and an older man. Then 47 Ronin, Keanu Reeves at Christmas for Universal. I'm just playing a cameo role, but I was very proud to be part of that. Upcoming projects, my focus this year is to invade the gamer world. I'm about to turn it inside out and upside down. I'm going to create my own team, going to create a worldwide tournament circuit, going to teach gamers how to chill out and actually get better at their game. Enough of the smack talking, enough a lot of like nonsense that kids are naturally subjected to, because adults are making reality shows like American Idol all about the ego. We need to start dropping that kind of stuff. And I want to create a team without ego that actually is going to perform beyond what we've seen so far. So I'm not just talking this, I'm into developing. And sounds ridiculous, but so did the thought of a 6-year-old Japanese kid thinking that he was going to be in Hollywood. It was like the odds are 1 in a million. But my whole life is 1 in a million. When they say 1 in a million, most people go, oh, well. I go, yeah, I'll take that one. And then they say, well, sorry, this time there's 0 in a million. I said, oh, okay. Well, I'll make the 1, and I'll take that 1 in a million. So I want all the kids that are feeling some fear about whatever's going on to understand that. Think about what that means, 1 in a million. Seems like that sometimes, but trust me, Tagawa's on its way.
Incredible story, sir. Very inspirational. I'll get you out there on this. Where can fans find you online?
So you can check out shangsarmy.com. That's where I'll be teaching from. It's in the midst of sort of transitioning. It's a social network. Please join. We'll make sure that everybody comes with us as we change. There's also my fan site, Cary-Hiroyuki.com, has my my resume, all my films, and it also has some information on the breathing. So this will be the first breathing system for gamers. Sounds kind of ridiculous. Everything I say is ridiculous. It's like the only reason why I'm saying it because I'm going to do it. Quite unusual for Hollywood. Quite unusual for a politician. Quite unusual for American to say that, but I'm that kind of American, so Tagawa's on his way.
Just awesome stuff to hear, sir. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Your audience with one thing. Are you ready? You ready? Aloha.